Hello, welcome to Garden Chronicles. My name is James David, and in today's video, I would like to talk about this collection of Tradescantia species. I would rather say that these particular ones are quite unusual and new in the market and somehow fall into the rare plant category. Somehow I find that there are challenges when it comes to this types of Tradescantias which are considered sensitive and finicky, unlike most other types which are hardy and easy to cultivate. Now let's begin with this particular one. I must say that this looks pretty and beautiful. It's very much like the two-tone types, the light green, more like a lime lemony kind of tones in green, followed by the white striped colors. In some places it appears to be very much flushed creamy white. Now the factor about this particular one, though it looks lushfully with a healthy looking cascading effect, I have come across that this particular one is so difficult to cultivate, especially in my wet and dry garden. Personally, I have managed to purchase this few times and I cultivated. In the beginning it looks okay, the plant do grow long and leggy but does not come to a place where it colonized the whole pot. And however, I noticed that it is very highly prone for stem rot and root rot. Humidity and watering seems to be one of the most important thing when it comes to cultivation. There was once that I saw this particular plant in a particular nursery where a whole row of this particular plant is actually rotting away and there's nothing much can be done, especially when the rot takes place. The whole plant is actually doomed. Another main culprit that I often find is that these particular plants are actually cultivated growing on a cocoa peat, which eventually will dry out and choke the roots as the humidity dries out in the lowland climate. Do take note that this plant behaves similarly like the Calisa repens pink lady, where the humidity is very much important for the overall plant care. This particular one has a hardier characteristics in comparison to the other two. However, do take note that they do require bright shaded lighting in order to retain the variegation colorization. When this particular plant is placed in more shaded area, they do tend to revert to more on a green tone. So do take note to keep it more on a bright shade. Apart from that, I believe that this is very much a strong type of plant and able to handle much of the factors of elements where sun and rain is concerned. I have managed to cultivate it in my garden, but somehow because of my condition where all my plants are actually tight and lacking space to grow, I have actually lost this plant. So my tip here is not to use this particular Tradescantia as a combination plant with other Tradescantia species, as one can overwhelm the other and the sensitive one may disappear from the combo collection. Also take note when it comes to this particular plants planted in the hanging pots, the mature parts tend to dry out at the base of the pot, and often the middle and the hanging parts sort of dangling off, cutting off the life supply from the potting media. I often find this happening always at the old plants, which may require immediate repotting before the plants wither away. Finally, coming to this particular Tradescantia, I can say that this particular one is very sensitive and finicky. I've actually covered a lot of details in my earlier video concerning this particular one. Do check it out on the comparison between Tradescantia Nanook and Tradescantia Purple Queen. Over here, if you can notice that in comparison with these three different types of Tradescantia, you can actually see the colors and the variation followed by their difference, where you can actually compare them when you see them in a visual display. Tradescantia Nanook do require bright shaded lighting for them to retain their colors, in a factor where that if they are planted in a very shaded area, they do revert to green colorization. I have now come to the end of my video. Hopefully that you enjoyed my show here. If you can, please do click like and subscribe and support my channel, and do share your thoughts in your comments below concerning these Tradescantia species. Apart from that, other plant care and Cultivation is very much similar like any other Tradescantia species, where it requires bright shaded area, adequate watering and fast draining medium. Propagation is very much similar like all types of Tradescantia, using stem cutting. Apart from that, they do not have much of pest problems comparison to other sensitive plants. Hope I have covered much of the basics here. Catch you in my next video. Have a nice day. Take care and bye.